The American sports moment that had the greatest effect on my life occurred on April 8, 1974, when I was 1 month removed from being 10 years old. And that was the day that Hank Aaron broke Babe Ruth's home run record. And at that age, my best buddy was an African American kid, and I happened to be at his house that day. We're playing air hockey on his air hockey gift he got for Christmas, and just tooling around, messing around. And his dad was in the den watching the baseball game, and he called in my friend Art and told him he had to watch this. And so we sat down and watched the game and saw Hank Aaron hit the 755th home run that broke Babe Ruth's record. And his dad was absolutely ecstatic over it. He was jumping for joy, literally jumping out of his seat for joy, pumping his fist in the air. And I thought at that time, wow, he must really like Hank Aaron. The significance of the event for that African American family was lost on me. It might have been lost on Art too at the time, but I completely did not understand the context of what was happening. I liked baseball, I liked Hank Aaron, I understood why somebody would like him and be excited over a home run he hit, but I did not understand the historical context and significance. But that memory has recurred to me over and over again throughout my life. I lived in Minnesota at the time, which was lily white, still is now. I think Art's family was the only black family in our city, and lived in a small suburb of St. Paul. It gave me a context of race relations in America that has stuck with me for the rest of my life. So when I was a kid, occasionally I saw some raw racism directed at Art because of the color of his skin, and it baffled me at that time. But I was brought up to treat people decently, treat people the way you would like to be treated. My parents never said anything about race. They just said you treat people the way you want to be treated. So that stuck with me throughout the years. When I was a teen, we moved to Fort Wayne, Indiana. And Fort Wayne, I have to say, was the most racist place I've ever seen. They wore their racism on their sleeve, and it stunned me. It was a cultural shock, to say the least. I could not understand how people could hate people simply because they had a different color skin. So when I saw that racism in Fort Wayne, I had a bit more context as to some white Americans' attitudes toward our African American citizens, and so I got a bit greater understanding of why that moment was significant to Art's family. As I grew, as I went to college and learned more about our nation's history and the civil rights era and the slavery on up to emancipation to the civil rights era, and the hardships that African Americans have gone through, it gave me even greater and greater appreciation for that moment in my life that I was had such a great good fortune to be able to witness. And so that has stuck with me all my years, and most significantly replayed with the election of Barack Obama.